Hello traders and welcome back to the Market Crux. Let's look for top trade ideas for tomorrow. Let's start with Bank Nifty. Yesterday we have marked this trend line and I clearly told that below this trend line, if market breaks below this, Bank Nifty will go into this key decision point zone which we have marked on the daily time frame, which is marked with this gray box over here. And it is very likely that Bank Nifty will actually fill in this virgin gap which I am highlighting right now. So if you see exactly, Bank Nifty behaved like this. Yesterday there was a doji on the daily candle, and it was expected that market may remain kind of indecisive, and we might see some pause in the continuation of these too many strong bullish candles over here on the daily time frame. So acute trend has been rally has been given by Bank Nifty, and then we had this doji also having a confluence point of 61.8% retracement. Exactly, this was the level which was tested yesterday by Bank Nifty, and thereon we see that there is some selling pressure basically which continued for the day, and Bank Nifty could not really sustain on the highs. So here this was the entry point for today, about 50 points stop loss and 1:2 minimum risk to reward ratio. Exactly, Bank Nifty reached till the bottom of this range which we have marked yesterday. Now what is there for tomorrow basically? So I see that this consolidation, entire day consolidation, has went well actually for Bank Nifty. This was expected. Ideally it should continue its upwards journey from tomorrow onwards. So what I would be planning for trade basically, so first of all, this virgin gap which was formed yesterday is already filled, so we will be just removing this, no longer needed basically. This key decision point of gray area would remain as is. I'll be looking for a buying opportunity above the break of this trend line. Okay, so this will be my area of confluence now basically. Once Bank Nifty reaches in this zone over here, breaks above this trend line and stays above this gray area over here, which is 38,620 odd level. Above this we will be looking for a buying opportunity. Once again we will be looking for opportunity to test this 61.8% retracement 844, which makes it about 200 points. 1:2 risk to reward ratio you will be trading with basically. So about 50 to 60 points stop loss needs to be maintained. Once this breakout happens, let it break, wait, let it stay above this level 38,630 odd levels over here for about 5 minutes, and then look for buying opportunity. There's a good probability that Bank Nifty will give this target tomorrow on the upwards side. What can happen else basically? So I'm not very keen to short Bank Nifty for tomorrow. I don't see there is any valid reason for dropping further below. It should not happen like that. But if at all Bank Nifty goes down, then we will not be trading basically. So I'll kind of short side, I will not recommend it to trade on Bank Nifty tomorrow. All right, so only for buying opportunity. This will be my setup for trading Bank Nifty tomorrow. Let's just quickly move on Nifty. Once again, if you see, this was the key decision point which we have marked yesterday, tested, could not really sustain above this and closed exactly at this key decision point of 18,210 odd levels, which I mentioned yesterday also, that 18,210 is something which you should be keeping in mind basically. Nifty needs to sustain above this for any sort of bullish move. So what happened today, if you see over here, this is once again indecisive candle with a long wick. Still Nifty kind of tried and sustained to close green. My tomorrow's trade plan would be on Nifty bit different basically. So if you see over here, what is happening basically, that Nifty is kind of making a double top over here. Okay, so this 15-minute chart has double top over here. Below this level, below 18,270 odd, don't look for any buying opportunity in Nifty tomorrow. Let it break above this, sustain for 5 to 10 minutes, and then we will be looking for 1:2 risk to reward ratio trade on the upwards side. On the buy side, about 30 points will be your stop loss. 50 to 60 points is what you should be looking as a profit target. All right, there is this key decision point on daily. Once again, if you see, I'm moving on to the daily chart. So if you move on daily and see, this is the next key decision point, which was kind of proven resistance over here. Since then Nifty has to cross above 18,330 odd levels. So 18,330 would be your target if you look for a buying opportunity tomorrow on the breakout. All right, so this much will be your profit target, which makes it about 70 points from here, like this. And this 70 point, about with 30 points stop loss, you can take a trade on basically. On the Nifty, there is once again, yesterday we marked this virgin gap. So though for Bank Nifty I am not keen to short, Nifty can definitely be shorted below this trend line. So if it breaks below this trend line, again you will find a confluence zone in these areas. Okay, so our 18,210, which is key decision point, needs to be broken, and then it should break below the trend line as well. If it breaks below this trend line, below 18,210, you can look for shorting opportunity again with about 30 points stop loss. 1:2 minimum risk to reward ratio is what you should be looking for over here. If Nifty enters into this zone, there is a high probability that this gap will get filled basically up till 18,066. So on Nifty, I am not very keen, like only for buying opportunity. Looking at the direction of the trend tomorrow, we can look for a shorting opportunity as well. Levels have been given already. Let's move on the top trading ideas for tomorrow. My first pick for tomorrow is Larsen and Toubro. A beautiful breakout has been given today over here. Stock is trading at its all-time high 2018. What will be my trade plan? So on 15-minute time frame, if you see, there is like amazing volume and push towards the all-time high. It could actually close even on the highs basically. So this is a very good sign to take a trade tomorrow morning. Our entry would be at this level on the break of this 15-minute candle or the day high basically. So 2030 will be your entry. Maximum stop loss will be the low of this candle over here, which is 2018 or even 2015. If you keep about 15 points stop loss, fits in our 1% stop loss criteria. 1:1 is the minimum risk to reward ratio you should be looking for. So if you are entering at 2030, minimum target will be 2045 to 2050, and then you can trail your trade basically. My next pick will be Adani Ports. Once again, Adani Ports is right now testing its resistance on daily time frame. It has tested twice, yesterday as well as today. Good bullish candle today. So my trade plan will be basically looking for a breakout above the today's high basically. So 776 will be my entry. So above 776, let it break and let it sustain for 5 minutes. Then we will be taking an entry with maximum stop loss at 768, which makes it about 8 rupees stop loss over here, which is the last swing low. 868 would be your stop loss. 8 rupees is the total risk we are looking at, and 1:1 risk to reward ratio is what we should be trading on basically. So about 8 rupees profit target you should be looking in Adani Ports. Again, both LT and Adani Ports will be only on the buy side, so no shorting in these stocks. Next is Polycab. Once again, a tremendous 8% move today, and stock has broken its recent resistances. So this was tested once, twice, and almost similar area thrice in past. And now very convincing candle with a very good volume over here. If you see, very decent volume, and all these huge green candles on the volume are indicating that there is some real good accumulation happened on this stock in recent time. So my trade plan for tomorrow will be once again moving on to the 15-minute time frame. Your entry will be at the break of today's high, which is 2697. So you can take an entry around 2697. Keep a stop loss at 2673 over here, which makes it about or 2675, which makes it about 22 rupees stop loss. So again, fitting into our 1% stop loss criteria. Minimum target will be 1:1, so about 26 to 30 rupees profit target you should be looking for in Polycab. Last pick for tomorrow is Tata Power. Once again, if you see real good rounded bottom recovery from previous swing highs over here, I expect Tata Power to test this area of 252 tomorrow itself basically. So my trade plan for tomorrow will be basically that we will take an entry on break of this trend line over here. So your entry will be this level 246. About 246, take an entry in Tata Power. Your stop loss will again keep the swing low over here, which is 244. 2 rupees stop loss, 2 rupees profit target minimum is what you should be looking for. If you see what we have marked, the key decision point is just 252, which makes it about 6 rupees profit target. So 1:3 risk to reward ratio trade can be very well trailed tomorrow in Tata Power. I expect it to give a real good breakout on the above side. If you see in the formation as well, it has formed a very decent flag over here. I'm a big fan of flag patterns basically, so it should let it break out and then we should be having a decent trade on Tata Power tomorrow. That's pretty much for the day. Thanks all for watching. If you like the content, please like the video, share and subscribe the channel. Press the bell icon to get all my latest video notifications. Thank you all.